Well, hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. I am your host, faith-based business coach, trainer, speaker, author, poet, live show host, radio show host, and founder of Divine Connection Network Association, Doreen Letson Reed. And of course, we are celebrating the confident woman 2021.
Yes.
Go ahead and drop it in the comment. We are really celebrating, and as you know, we have some powerhouse on the stage today. Here, gracing the stage of the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show, I am so ecstatic and so elated to have Madam Mayor here with us, Dr. Carolyn A. Prince. And so we thank you so much. And of course, CEO Ashley Walker is here with us. And you can't get better than this, right? You really can't get better than this. So we do want you to like, share, and comment. And we thank you. Of course, Miss Leslie is here supporting her daughter, CEO Ashley Walker. And the world is here supporting the first African American female mayor of
Yes.
Bennettsville, South Carolina. And we thank you, Madam Mayor, for being here so much. We thank you. We salute you. And we are so excited to have you here. So without further ado, I do want you ladies to just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and then we will go from there. I'm just so excited. Hashtag the confident woman. All right, now y'all drop it in the comment. These are true confident women that are accomplishing great things, taking stride and taking territory for the glory of God. So this is just amazing to have you here on the Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show. And thank you so much for being here. So we're going to start with CEO Ashley Walker. Just tell us a little bit about your company and who you are, what you do.
Hello, everyone. I am Ashley J. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a wife and a mother. And what I do is I help couples strengthen and recreate their bond through intimacy. And the reason why I do it is because I know exactly how difficult it can be when you're in a relationship. So that is what I do. I'm here to help marriages last longer, last lifetime, and help people find the love that they are looking for. And my company is It's Ashley J's. And what I do is, just as I said, I'm a relationship coach. So I coach people. I have coaching classes that I created, courses that I created. I have a YouTube channel. I also have a talk show called The Love Experience that just started on January 9th and will be airing live a little bit later today at 4 p.m. So, I have a conglomerate of things that I do in my business, but the main goal is for me to help people with relationships. That's my desire. Everything that I do, even as a therapist and moving forward with another degree, possibly. That is what I want to do. I want to help people and enrich relationships.
Absolutely. So, this is very fitting because, we are going into Valentine's very soon, the love season. However, I'm a faith-based business coach, so I'm going to come from a biblical perspective. God created the sanctity of marriage. He did that. He's the one that instituted, he's the one that founded. And the world system of things that we're living in now is actually aggressively trying to redefine that, trying to revamp that, trying to actually distort that. But it can never be distorted because it's something that is fundamental. It's something that God himself created. And the Bible itself says that the gates of hell cannot prevail against the church. The church is founded on strong marriages and strong relationships. And so that effort to do that it's really a waste of time, because something that God has established, it is eternal. And so I'm glad to hear that God has put this in your heart as a young person, because that's something normally older genre of women would do, or couples themselves would do. But to have a young lady such as yourself take this on, that is a great mandate. And so I salute you, and I just thank God for you willing to take that on. And I like how you said that the purpose of it is to have marriages last. You didn't say to have boyfriend and girlfriend relationships last. You
Right.
didn't say to have, all these other relationships last. You specifically said to have the marital institution last. And so
Yes.
that is very key. And so and from a faith-based perspective, that's actually helping establish the church, because the church is built on strong families. When you have strong families, you have a strong church, you have a strong community. And with that segue, we're going to go right into Madam Mayor, Dr. Carolyn A. Prince, because you being a mayor and of Bennettsville, South Carolina, you have the community that you're responsible for, you want to enhance, and that's what's in your heart. So just talk to us a little bit about how you got into that role as mayor, and just tell us a little bit about your city and the things that you're wanting to do.
Well, my role as mayor was quite a journey. Um, I never envisioned a career in politics. I'm an educator and agriculturalist by trade and training. And after being in Bennettsville, I moved back in 1993. I was asked to join and was elected to county council, got a chance to represent people who don't have a voice at the table when decisions for them are being made. So that was very rewarding. I did that for 19 years, and then I was asked to run for mayor. I was completely overwhelmed by the turnout and support by all communities in Bennettsville. We are the county seat of Marlborough County, and our population is around 8,000 people. And it's an awesome responsibility when you consider being responsible for the operations for the city that people depend on services. We have a very strong city council. We work well together. We are in our budget process. We're struggling to make sure that we can cover all of our obligations. So, one of my goals is that we can get more community involvement, especially from the young people. They have a role, they have a stake in what's going on in their community. So we are looking forward to generating some activities that will get them more engaged so that they can be strong advocates for their different areas of the city, different districts that they live in, so that they can help shape the future for the city. We are struggling, we are rural. We're looking at ways of rebranding ourselves so that we can bring more revenue to the city that would allow us to provide more services than just the basics to our citizens. So that's one thing that I'm looking for. I'm new to all of this technology, and it's interesting, it's fascinating, and I get help at every turn. I got a couple of people on speed dial, and now I have you to help me along. I have Facebook. I'm getting ready to do my own YouTube channel. I have a young man that's a cameraman. I have the support is coming. So I'm looking forward to doing more broadcasting to reach more people. I think that's going to be a treat.
That's
Well,
amazing.
Madam Mayor, it is my honor to do what I do, which is I burn boxes. So this is what I do. It is who I am, right? This is what I do. I help unlock what's inside you, current and future female kingdompreneurs. Both of you ladies are kingdompreneurs. Madam Mayor, you're serving your community. I know that you're rooted and grounded in the things of God, and this is how you acknowledged backstage that this is how you even got to this point. Of course, CEO Ashley Walker's here. Her whole ministry is the rebuilding of the church, which is primarily focusing on the marriage building. Because if you're building marriages, you really are literally rebuilding the church and strengthening the church. So I want you to take note of that, Ashley. What I'm saying to
Yes,
you, I'm
that's something I didn't
strategically
think about.
I'm strategically coaching you right now, and I'm wanting to broaden your mind in that, because what you need to see is that it's not just relationship with the marriage, but the marriage is a type of the church. So as you are strengthening the marital bed, you're also strengthening the bedrock of the kingdom. And the kingdom is based on the church.
It is. Thank you. You are broadening my thoughts, because I never ever thought about that.
Yes, ma'am. That is crucial to what you're doing. And so I want you to just let that soak in for a little while and just think on that and meditate on that. And that's a different perspective. So today, I know that both of you ladies had some questions for me, and I do want to add value to you all. I think that basically you all had like the same question, but I want for those that are watching, we have people all around the world watching the Kingdompreneur Moment live show. Make sure you like, share, and comment. And of course, give StreamYard permission to see your comments so that we can address your comments in real time. The Kingdompreneur Moment Live Show is an opportunity for guests to come on the show and get a 30-minute live coaching session from me during Let's Read. I am the Kingdompreneur expert. I come with 19 years of experience in the educational field, as well as 12 years of coaching experience. And so my perspective is a lot different. I'm coming from a biblical perspective, and I intertwine that with faith-based principles to build out a business, ministry, or association. And so I'm glad that these ladies have these questions for me to give them real solutions in real time. So Ashley, we're going to start with you with your question, and then we'll go to Madam Mayor, and then I'm going to give some keys to unlock what's inside you, as well as those that are watching. We do want you to go ahead and get your pens and papers out. This is a training. This is a coaching session. So I know that the added value that I'm going to bring is going to be added value to everyone that is watching. So Ashley, go ahead and give us your question that you wanted to ask.
Well, my business is relatively new, and I would like to know how I can make the right connections so that my reach can be broadened. Because right now, I have a reach, but I would like it to be bigger. I would like to reach more people, more couples. So I would like to know how I can do that, and how I can take what I'm doing and spin it into being a speaker.
Okay. And Madam Mayor, what was your question?
I'm looking for strategies to help get people engaged in what's going on in their communities so that they can help make better decisions for themselves and help the city and the county as we look at ways that we can move ourselves forward and to have more of an economic power that will help everyone, because it takes resources to run a city, to run a county, and to run families. So we really need to look at ways that we can improve the input or to broaden the perspective of parents. And I like what Ms. Walker said about families, because families would be the basis in communities and to be involved in the schools and the operation of their city. So looking for strategies to help broaden my reach and to help educate people on how they can be of assistance to us.
Absolutely. So as I said, both of you all, what I'm hearing is that there's a need to have making the right connections, not just any connection, but the right connection. I think that that's the common theme from what Ashley is saying, from what you were saying, Madam Mayor. And so these are the things that I wrote down as I was thinking on this. The first key to unlock what's inside you would be, it would require knowing your mission, your message, and your mandate, and your brand. I know, Madam Mayor, you was mentioning about, you're in the process of rebranding yourself, also rebranding your town, your community. That is going to be huge in aligning yourself with the right connections, because the more clear you are on your mission, your message, and your mandate, it's going to gravitate to that audience that's going to pick up on that message you're conveying, because your message is specific to your audience. It's not a broad audience. It's good to say that It's actually noble to say, well, I want to help everyone, right? We hear that all the time. That's a noble statement. That's a noble thing to want to do. But in reality, that's not going to gel, because first of all, we're not called to serve everyone. You're not going to be able to serve everyone. You have to have a specific mission, message, and mandate that you are constantly and consistently conveying, so that you can, when it's projected, your audience will resonate with it. So being consistent is extremely important with making the right connections. Having a platform like this with the 5 million plus reach is extremely important. As members of Divine Connection Network Association, what we offer our members is just an amazing wealth of perks. We offer a consistency for those that come in as experts, such as yourself, to have this platform on a consistent basis for the entire membership year, so that people can see you consistently, and you are consistently giving out that same mission, that same message, and that same mandate. The more you show up, the more your audience has an opportunity to see you and resonate with you. That's key number one. Key number two is that the branding has to be strategic. You have to know your brand. If you notice when I'm talking, it's obvious that I always say I'm a faith-based business coach. I'm always saying who my demographic is. I'm called to serve current, future female kingdompreneurs and or Christian business owners. It's very narrow. I get a question all the time. Well, do you work with men? Yes, I do collaborations with men for connecting men in business with today's youth, where they come in as mentors for the next generation entrepreneurs. And I do that specifically for young men, to build up young men and give them exposed to entrepreneurship as well as civil service. So, Madam Mayor, that's where I would say would be the answer to your question. Having men in the community that are professional, that are willing to give up their time to mentor this next generation. And I know that there are some challenges there, because the children are not traditionally going to school. Everything is virtual, and it's going to take some out of the box thinking. But having those professional men in your area rise up to the challenge, you can just start with 5. When I was working in Bennettsville, South Carolina, at Bennettsville Middle School for those 3.5 years, I started Daughters of Royalty Mentoring Program. We had absolutely no funding. I started with just 5 young ladies in the 6th grade. I solicited the help of the 6th grade teacher team. And as a result of us working together and thinking out of the box, we had a waiting list of over 30 girls to come into that program. We took them on trips. We mentored them. Their referral rates dropped. Their ISS rates dropped, and their reading AR scores went up, which at that time we was doing accelerated reading. So having that type of mentorship would be very key to your community. And we don't have to, the Bible says, don't despise small beginnings. We can just start with 3 good professional men in your community that would be willing to go the extra mile. To get the young people involved with civil service, because you're absolutely right. The young people are not in touch with civil service. They don't understand. But what I'm seeing is that this pandemic has allowed the young people to rise to the occasion. Just on the news this morning, I saw a young man. He went to the hospital, and in his area, it is a blizzard. He and his mom went out in a blizzard, and they removed the snow off of every nurse's car, so that they could have the right to go home to their families. That's civil service. That is a civil servant in the making. He just needs to continue to get groomed. He just needs to continue to have his eyes open to who he is and what he's called to do. And so that's what I would say is the answer to your community issue of how to get the young people involved. For you, Miss Ashley, here again, your brand. You want to make sure that you're understanding your brand. I've already given you some new perspective on how to think about that. and what you could possibly do with that. I do suggest to both of you and also the viewing audience to become members of Divine Connection Network Association, because as members, you can come on this platform and present yourself as an expert in your field, which we both know that you are. Ashley, you're an expert in your field. You're getting ready to go to your doctorate. You can't get no more expert than that. Madam Mayor, we know that you're an expert in your field. You've already broken the glass ceiling by becoming the first African-American mayor of Bennettsville, South Carolina. So you need a platform like this with a 5 million plus reach, where you can have a consistency and get your message out, get your mission out, get your mandate out. The next thing that I would say, I'm giving y'all some keys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these are keys. These are practical things. These things are not rocket science. These are practical keys to unlock what's inside you. These are practical keys that you can immediately apply. I see the wheels of Madam Mayor turn. She was like, okay, who can I get? She already knows 3 business people, right? Something so simple. Sometimes we look at things to be so complicated, and it has to be so in depth. The Bible teaches us that we are to get to the simplicity of the gospel, and the gospel is preaching the good news. It's good news to have a young woman that is a CEO that wants to strengthen the church through marriage. Come on now. That's good news. Have y'all thought about that? That's good news, right? It's good news to have the first African-American mayor divinely appointed, because she has said, I didn't want this job. I wasn't looking for this job. Apparently, God put you there for a reason, in the midst of a pandemic and all. So who he calls, he equips.
That's right.
So, these are all keys to help unlock what's inside you and those that are watching. You want to make sure as well that you define your target audience. That's going to be very key. I gave the example of myself. My target audience is not everyone. My target audience are women like you, Christian business owners, women that are in the community, in the trenches, such as Madam Mayor, that really truly want to make a difference. And we're not afraid of or ashamed of our faith. We let it be known boldly. We let it be known loudly. We let it be known we're not going to compromise, and don't come to me with no mess.
Exactly.
That's the confident woman. We're not rude. We're not arrogant, but you're not coming to me with no mess. Correct?
Correct. They've had a taste of that already.
That's right. So you have to understand you're not called to serve everyone. So this cliche of, oh, I just want to help the world, I want to be global, that's all noble and good, but the reality is you're not called to serve everyone, and everyone is not going to resonate with your message, because everyone does not share your mandate.
Exactly.
Did you catch that?
That's true.
You're not going to resonate with every audience, because every audience does not share your mandate. Some people want to see Bennettsville fail.
Exactly.
So they're not going to share your mandate. Exactly. So why try to woo them? Why try to talk to them? It's a waste of time. Why try to cast the net on the wrong side where there's no fish?
That's right.
Wow. Are y'all catching this?
Yes.
Why do that? I did that for years, and being frustrated and people looking at me like, you don't know what you're talking about. But see, in this business that we're doing, it's a difference between kingdompreneur and entrepreneur. You ladies are not entrepreneurs, so stop. Don't try to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a very dedicated person, a very motivated person, and entrepreneurship is challenging within itself. We're not taking away anything from entrepreneurs, but a kingdompreneur is a different ball game and a different mindset. And, many of you can go to my Unlock What's Inside You website and download that free workbook, The Kingdompreneur Moment, where we discuss the difference between kingdompreneur and entrepreneur, because it will shift your mind. You have to know who you are to convey a correct message. That's how you connect with the right people. Your message has to be very clear. Your brand has to be very clear, and your target audience has to be very clear. And you have to know that. The consumer is dependent on you to convey that to them. They're not going to tell you what they want. You are to tell them what you can do, what pain points that they have that you can serve. And trust me, having a good sound community, that's a pain point for Bennettsville and other areas that are watching. Having a solid marriage is a pain point for God Almighty, if no one else. Come on now. That's a pain point for him. So your focus is to be on him. And if you're doing what he's saying, this is a kingdompreneur mindset. Seek ye first the kingdom, then everything else is going to be added. So if it's no one else's pain point, Ashley, I say to you, it's the Father's pain point. And it is your mission to address his pain point. I dropped the mic right there.
You did.
So you ladies give me some feedback. What are y'all thinking?
Well, you are pretty much in sync with what I'm thinking. Strategic planning, creating a vision, and then looking at realistic goals that we can take over time to achieve those things. And definitely depending on the resources available in our churches to help, step up and nurture young people, because they need the guidance of churches, of adults from the community that they may know, and especially men and also women. So, I work with the Girl Scouts, and that's a rewarding part of my time. We had an overflow. We had more girls last year to register to be Girl Scouts than we had adults to be leaders. So that's a good sign that parents were looking for wholesome activities for their children. So to
Yes.
kind of create those kinds of things for young men would be worthy of my time and effort.
Absolutely, Madam Mayor. Absolutely. And we was talking in the green room that it's just a divine connection that 2 years ago I had the honor of facilitating the leadership training for the entire Girl Scout. And of course, knowing me, I did things out of the box, but those little girls, they just really enjoyed it. We did practical training. It wasn't just me talking. You have to show them what it means to be a leader. And we actually took them to a local nursing home where they did oral presentations. Part of being a leader is you have to be able to present yourself with communication, oral and written communication. That's part of being in leadership. You have to be able to communicate your ideas and what you're wanting to do. And so I actually had those young ladies actually do it. I mean, we're not going to sit around in the table talking about it. We did that for some time, and then we said, okay, we're going to do real results. I'm results driven, and I'm results driven in my coaching. I'm results driven in my training with people. So they actually went there, Ashley, and they went and we took pictures, and they met the staff, and they presented, and they were shocked that they could even do all that stuff, right,
They are. They were. It was good conversation over lunch and on the way home about what they had done. They were quite pleased with themselves. So it gave them a chance to see that they can, perform and have something to give back. And the people that they were interacting with really appreciated, the young people taking the time to spend time with them. So that was
Absolutely.
gratifying.
Yeah, because this was before the pandemic when you
Exactly.
could, and I already have a relationship with that particular nursing home. I already have a relationship here. This is where right connections comes in place, where we actually have free reign of the entire cafeteria. We have free reign to speak openly, so I already have relationship with the director, with with the CEO. I already have those relationships. So basically the door was already open. All we had to do was show up. And that's what I'm conveying to you ladies, having that right connection, having people that you're already aligned with, and going outside of your sphere. Sometimes we think that, oh, it's going to be somebody that I know that's going to help me. Most times it's not someone you know. I've been doing this a long time. Most times it's not going to be someone you know. You have to be willing to get out of your sphere. That's key number 3 or 4. I lost count. I'm giving so many keys.
3.
I'm dropping them like, so I don't know what number that was, but you have to be willing to get out of your sphere. And getting out of your sphere means you can't sit and wait on people to find you. I did not sit and wait for Dr. Prince to find me. She didn't know who I was. I reached out to her and said, this is what I do. I provide leadership training. She said, well, we are getting ready to I want my girls to have a leadership patch. I said, no problem, done. Isn't that what I said?
That's right.
I told her what my price was. She said, fine. They had a full course meal when they came to my training. They were dressed professional. They got on hands experience, and they were changed. That's my job. So we're going to take that same perspective in this narrative of what we're talking about. You have to get out of your sphere. It is not someone's job to find you. And I think that's what a lot of the problem is. People are just sitting, waiting for someone to find you. And that may be the case. If it happens, praise God. But if it doesn't happen, the thing is that you have to be more proactive. Becoming a member of Divine Connection Network Association is definitely proactive, because I'm called to promote women in business. That's why you ladies are here. This is why I did the free live coaching sessions for the limited time, so that people can see the value of this platform. And the partnerships that I have with Swag Her and other magazines is phenomenal. And so the reach is 5+ million. And that is very rare to have that type of reach. And I'm still looking to expand my reach. Just got on Clubhouse and already doing events for my members only, will be able to grace the stage on Clubhouse. So, that type of reach, that type of collaboration, and Clubhouse is open to the entire world. So, and people can come into your room and hear what you're saying. So it is a powerful tool. I would say it's even more powerful than Facebook. It's definitely more powerful than YouTube.
I've been hearing good things about Clubhouse.
Because it's your voice. People are resonating. Everything else is gone. It's your clear message, mission, and mandate that you're conveying. So it's a very powerful tool, and I'm so happy that I'm moving forward with that for my members. And so these are just some tools to unlock what's inside you, ladies. I thank you so much, Madam Mayor, for being here. I'm so thankful to Dr. Cole for introducing us. Thankful for Dr. Cole hiring me in 2005. That's how I met Dr. Cole. She didn't know me from nowhere. I told her, I came in, I said, I'm Doreen Reed and I do this. And she's like, hired. I'm like, okay. I tell that story all the time. Dr. Cole is good people. And at that time, she was an African-American woman, breaking, just like you, Madam Mayor, in the position of HR director. And, she really did me right. She really did me right. And as a result of that, I served 3.5 years in that county. And God allowed us to do great things with those young ladies that were at risk. And I had asked him specifically, because I was in Chesterfield County teaching. And I was like, Lord, send me somewhere. Send me somewhere that needs what I have. I want to bring about change. I didn't want to just teach. I didn't just want to go get a paycheck. I wanted to do something, substantial, something that was sustainable. And he sent me there, and my life was never the same after that. I'm almost 20 years later, still talking about the same thing. But experiences allow you to get to this point. Like Madam Mary, you were saying your experiences allowed you to get to this point, and saying that you're the first African American, female woman to have the position of mayor. So our previous experiences that, God is all the time working, whether we see or don't see, to get us to where we need to be. I know for a shadow of a doubt, me pitching a fit with God in 1996 and him telling me, did not tell you to go do that. And I'm like, But me trusting him with my life in 1996, all those 19 years of serving in the school system allowed me to be a better coach. Because I draw from that experience. I draw from that knowledge. I draw from what Janice Sanders was teaching me for 3.5 years, of how to teach special needs students, how to teach reading, how to teach. I draw from all of those experiences to be a better coach. And so I just encourage you ladies to keep drawing from your experiences. Get out of your sphere. Don't sit and wait for people to find you. Be proactive and just keep doing what you're doing. And hashtag the confident woman 2021. We thank you so much for watching the Kingdompreneur Moment live show. It has been so much fun. Time is just gone.
It is.
When your time flies when you're having fun. So we'll see you next week. Please like, share, and comment on the Kingdompreneur Moment live show. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. And
Thank
we will
you.
see everyone next week. Have a good one.
Thank you.